Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet yet again for another tutorial. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to do the double crochet V-stitch. Now there are two types of stitches with this V-stitch. There's a normal V-stitch with a chain in the middle, and then there's this one here which is the double crochet V-stitch where you're just putting two double crochets into the center of your previous row. Okay, you'll know what I mean when we get started. The other one usually has chains in between each stitch, okay, which makes your V spread more, okay. But this we are going to be doing because next week I'll be showing you how to do the double crochet V-stitch blanket, and that's pretty exciting, isn't it, guys? Yes, it is. Okay, for this tutorial you'll need to know how to do, of course, the double crochet, okay. You'll need to know how to do chains. You'll need to know how to do single crochet because there's a base of single crochet at the beginning of the row. Some people don't put that base. I like to put it. It looks like to me that it's actually closed up that stitch. Okay, so let's get started. For this tutorial you will need any ply yarn you like. Okay, this is a Bendigo Woolen Mill 8 ply and it is the shade 317. Die lot 083, that doesn't make a difference because we're doing just a small swatch today. The hook size used there is the 4mm. I'm actually going to be using a 4.5 so that you can see my stitches. Okay, I'll be using a contrast colour for each, or not each row, but each row. I'll be changing colours on every row. Okay, so this is the yellow. I've made a big mess of it, sorry guys. I went to do a centre pull and I got a whole lot of yarn vomit there. This is the colour that it is. It is a luxury citrus and it's an 8 ply, same as the other one. Keep your ply the same when crocheting. Can't stress that enough, people. And same hook, which I'll be using my 4.5. So let's get started. All right. If you're not sure how to do those stitches, please go back to some of my tutorials and learn how to do them and come back to us. Quick slip knot, half over, all the way over. Oh, that was a bit messy, but you know, I'm sure you know how to do a slip knot. If not, I have a tutorial on that too. Yes, a tutorial on everything. Well, almost everything. Sorry about that. Let's try that now. We are going to be chaining up. We'll do a small swatch. So we'll do 16. Okay. So chain up 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, the reason we're doing a chain of 16 is because when we do our row of single crochets, it'll come up as 15, and we need it to be uneven for the first row. Okay. And then after that we don't have to worry about even or uneven, okay? So we are going to do a single crochet in each stitch across. So when we are finished we should have 15 single crochets. So a single crochet is just your hook through the chain, yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2. Okay, hook into the next chain, yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2. And so on all the way across. So if you could do that, and when you get to the end you should have 15 single crochets, and I'll meet you up. All right, here we go, we're at the end. Okay, now let's count our chains, our single crochets. Sorry, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and that little one right there is a 15. Okay, so for this row only, we'll chain up 2 like we would do normally for each row, but for this row only we'll be chaining up 2 and then doing our double crochet into that same stitch. So chain up 2, 1, 2, and then you turn your work like you're turning the page of a book or whichever way you want, and then we're going to put a double crochet in that same stitch if we can, right there. Okay. A little bit fiddly because it's the first one. Then we will skip one and we'll put a double crochet. So there's your your V's. I'll get a nice close-up of it so you can see it. We are going to skip the first V there, the next V I should say, because that's the first V. We're going to skip that first V and then we're going to go into the next. Then we're going to skip that one and then we're going to go into the next. So, the yarn over hook, skip that V and put it in the next one. And we're going to do a normal double crochet in there. Yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2. We're going to do another double crochet in the same stitch. So yarn over hook, put it through the stitch, yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2. And you've already performed your first V stitch there. So you're going to skip that stitch and you're going to put 2 double crochets in your next stitch. So there we go. Exactly what we did. This is how basic this is. Once you get the hang of it, it's the same all the way through. So we'll put our second double crochet in there. I'll get it out a little bit so you can see a bit better. That's better. I'll be too close. Sorry about that, lovely people. Okay, so there we go. Into the, skip that first stitch and go into the next. Okay, do another double crochet in there as well. And skip that, go into the next one. We're going to start picking up our pace a little bit. Okay, double in there, skip, double in there. Oops, I've just split it then, sorry. Double in there. And another double in there. Skip that stitch, double in there, and this is where I want you to stop when you're on your third last stitch. And another double in there. And I want you to stop when you get to that third last stitch. And just in case you're not there yet, I shall just show you this. Beautiful. So we're on to our very, very last. Oh, I did make a mess of my yarn vomit before, didn't I? Okay. So we're on to our very, very last stitch. So it's yarn over hook, and instead of putting 2 double crochets in there, we're just going to put 1. Okay, so find that stitch. It's a little bit tricky because it's the last one, but it's there. Yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2. So this is what you should have so far. You should have your 1 on the end and your 1 on this end with those 2 2 chains there in the beginning as well. That won't be noticeable once you start the piece. Okay, so that's your first row. So we can either change colours here, or you know what, we might change colours in every second row. Okay, so let's keep going. Or it's up to you. If you want to change colours now, by all means. If you do want to change colours now, don't complete that last stitch. When you're there, you actually pull your colour, your next colour, through that last stitch. Okay, so actually, you know what, I will change colour now. There you go. You've just made me make up my mind. We've done it, so we may as well change colour now. Okay, so we've changed colour. We're going to chain up to 1, 2, just give all your little ends a little bit of a tug there. We can sew those and weave those ends in later. Okay, so turn your work like you're turning a page. Okay, you've got your 2 there, and now you're just going to be putting, that's your 2 chains there. Yeah, you're just going to be putting 2 double crochets in between those previous double crochets from before. There's 1 and 2. Okay, let's move all this out the way. I'll give this thread a bit of a cut, otherwise this is just going to, whoops, dangle and annoy me. Okay, here we go. So, double crochet in the next 2 double crochets, and then another double crochet in there. So really basically that is all you're doing. 2 double crochets in the middle or in between those 2 double crochets from the previous row. So far it's pretty basic, yeah? and I don't think it's going to get any more difficult than this. Okay, the only thing you need to do later, if you've decided to change colours as much as I have, would be that you would have to weave in those ends. Now, I know a lot of people who tend to work with the ends going up the side if they're going to do 2 rows for each colour. Personally, I don't like the idea of it. It can show, even after putting a border on, it can show. So I do weave in my ends and then I place a border on it. All right, now we're at the end of this row. And remember, we had the 2 chain and then this double crochet. So all I want you to do is put 1 double crochet on the top chain of your previous, that very first stitch that you did. So right on the top there. Not into the double crochet, but over there on that chain. And there's your double crochet. So far, you should have this. Okay? So see how that row of single crochet can make all this look neater here. A lot of people have it just put in the chains and then there's gaps and it really looks a bit funny. I like the single crochet. Again, it doesn't have to be done that way. If you want to do your chains only, then that's fine too. Okay, we are going to take that undone because we want to do a row of lemon now. Okay, so we'll do that. Start off the stitch, get halfway through it, stop there. Okay, put it down. If you're not changing colours, just continue. Okay, just continue with your stitch. But as we are changing colours here, or I am, that is, I'm going to be doing it this way. The thing with colours, changing colours, is it can be very fiddly. Okay, chain 1, chain 2. Turn your work whichever way you like, as long as you stay consistent. And now you're going to put your lemon inside your green or blue or whatever colour you are working with. 2 double crochets in there. 2 double crochets in there. What I'm going to do is cut this blue end because it is dangling and annoying me. What we might do also is at the end of this piece, we are going to weave in these ends. I'm pretty sure I said that earlier, and I'm going to show you how to weave in the ends. I've done weaving in ends on different types of tutorials in the past. Tongue-tied today again. I get halfway through these tutorials and then I get tongue-tied and think, I am not going to edit this. I'm just going to leave it there so that you know that you are dealing with a human and not a robot. Okay? Although it would be good to be a robot. I probably could crochet faster, couldn't I? Sorry, I've gotten sidetracked. My mistake, guys. I should never get sidetracked. Okay, so we're at the end of this row. Okay, so by now you should know what we are looking at. Okay, we are going to do one more in there. We're going to change colour again. We'll do one more row, then we'll cast off and I'll show you how to weave in ends. Or if you like, we could do one row off air, which is probably the best way to do it. And I'll meet you back and we'll weave in these ends. I'll meet you back in a moment. Okay, here we are at the end of this row. So I'm just going to finalise the stitch so that we can cut it and weave in the ends. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see how we can weave in these ends. Move everything out the way so we can see what we're doing. All right, we'll start from this side. Okay. So thread your needle, hook, whatever you want to call it. I mean, not a hook. Your needle, your eye, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Okay. Now, I remember doing this particular weave in another tutorial. And see how you've got that sticking up there. And a lot of people go back the other way, this way. I don't. I just go back into that same stitch. And what it does is it pulls that little thread inside the stitch. Well, it usually does anyway. And it didn't do it this time. Of course it didn't. Well, it's not too bad. It's hiding there, see? And then I go down this way, because with all of my blankets, I weave in and out of the thread there. With all of my blankets, I do a border, and the border will be crocheted across that, so it will keep it all in place and it's not going to move. It's not going to come out no matter how hard you try. Now, also, I find that there are times that I actually split. See how I've split the yarn there? And that actually keeps it in place as well. That's not going to come undone, okay? And because I'm going to put a border over it, that's going to be all covered up anyway. All right, so you won't see that. Same with your next colour. Now, with your next colour, the previous colour I should say, not the next one, and because this yarn has been used in a previous row, it's a little bit split there, sorry about that. Okay, so what we do is, see how it's not close enough, is it? It's a little bit blurry. There we go. See how you've got that yellow thread right across there. So all you need to do is take your needle and put it through there. So it doesn't look like you've threaded, it just looks exactly the same. Do you understand? I don't know where that accent came from. Okay, so there we go. Split it in there again. Split it between the yarn. Always check to make sure you're not going through the blue, because if you're going through the other colour, the yellow, it'll be noticeable that that's what you did here. Again, we're going to have a border across here, so we're not going to see that. So when we do our blanket next week, I'll show you how to weave in those ends a lot easier, and then you can see how the border will go through there afterwards. Okay, we'll give it a snip. So far, that's what we have. Okay, you can't even tell there was thread there, can you? Pretty cool, huh? So, weave in the rest of the ends. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. Oh, it's upside down, sorry. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, give it a like. Don't forget to visit my Etsy, my madeit.com.au stores. And happy crocheting to you. Subscribe, hit the bell button so you can receive further tutorials. Ciao for now.